We're going to remove the left floorboard assembly, the outer primary assembly, put it someplace safe so it doesn't get scratched. Primary chain tensioner, I like to put a zip tie around this so I don't lose the adjustment. It can be a bit of a pain to put back in. Remove our spring plate evenly. Don't remove one bolt at a time. Buzz our clutch hub nut off, which is reverse thread. Buzz our comp sprocket bolt off, which is a standard thread. Take the clutch hub, comp sprocket assembly. Remove your two starter bolts, your inner primary bolts. That should be replaced with new bolts upon any time you remove the inner primary, recommended by Harley. Rear wheel, we're going to remove the exhaust, remove the axle nut, slide the axle out, jack up the, well, I cut the belt here just because it's not going to get reused, and the chain you can fish through there without having to disassemble the swing arm pivot. Remove your brake caliper, jack the wheel up, or jack the bike up high enough so that you can remove the stock pulley, cush-drive assembly, inspect your isolation grommets. I spray a little bit of Windex on there just to aid so it just slides in there more, smoothly. Let the bike back down. This is all stock spacing. Lube your axle. It's an excellent time to install your new Trask axle adjusters. Push the axle through. Snug it down at this point with the axle in the most forward position. We're going to go ahead and remove the lock plate from the drive pulley, and then remove the drive pulley itself from the transmission main drive gear. Sometimes you may have to apply a little bit of heat to the nut because Harley uses a very strong Loctite on that big ass nut. We'll install our pulley, our sprocket onto the main drive gear. It's necessary to remove a little bit of material from the lock plate so it fits into the recess of the drive sprocket. You see, just a little bit needs to be removed so that it fits in there. High strength red Loctite on the main drive gear. Install your nut. Harley spec on the sprocket or pulley nut is 100 foot-pounds. Back it off, retorque it to 35, and then 40 degrees rotation. A lot of people buzz it on with a 1/2-inch gun, whatever you deem appropriate. We're going to fish our chain through, much easier to do with the primary off. Again, the axle is in its most forward position. Pick your links that are going to be proper for full chain adjustment. Adjust your chain. I set it up with a new chain at 1-inch total deflection on the chain. Go ahead and press your unused chain portion off of the chain where you're going to install the new master link assembly. Lube your master link. Make sure the O-rings are on there. Push it through the two female links of the chain. Install your O-rings and your chain plate. Go ahead and press that into position with your chain tool. And you'll see that this is a rivet type master link, and we're going to splay the rivets out to retain that chain plate. Remove your chain tool. You'll see that the rivets are splayed out. You're going to go ahead and do a final adjustment on your chain. Again, 1-inch total deflection. And torque your axle to 95 foot-pounds. To get the proper torque, install your lock plate, 120 inch-pounds on a 1/4 fastener. New gasket up front, the front primary gasket. Install your primary. Recommended by Harley to use new fasteners on that, 24 foot-pounds of torque on those fasteners. Then you're going to be installing or pushing your starter back into the starter cavity. Buzz that down, and we're back at reinstalling the clutch basket and comp sprocket assembly. Go ahead and torque your comp sprocket and your clutch hub nut. As you can see, the power plate is installed. Install the primary chain tensioner. All right, so here we got our clutch assembly all installed with the primary chain tensioner. I have prepped and Loctited all the outer primary fasteners, new gasket, cleaned out the primary. You want to make sure all your fasteners are clean and dry of any oil so that the Loctite can do its job. I'm going to buzz them down lightly and torque the primary fasteners 1/4 to 110 inch-pounds. Reinstall your gear shifter assembly and your floorboard assembly. Install a drain plug with a new O-ring and a little bit of Teflon pipe dope. Primary chain case oil. I do recommend primary chain case oil as opposed to Sin 3. It is designed for the use in a clutch drive compartment and has more friction additives for better adhesion of your clutch. We're done with our Trask chain drive installation. Enjoy. This will hold up to a lot more power than your belt, and it always sucks to break a belt on the side of the road. Get after it.